Hello everyone. We're going to do the meatball portion of the wedding soup today. Now, I have already made and rolled the meatballs. And everybody has their own recipe for meatballs. If you do, use it. Otherwise, use mine, which was my mother's and my Aunt Grace's. A pound of ground chuck. A cup and a half of freshly grated breadcrumbs. Now, you can buy a loaf of sliced bread, white bread, break it up, put it in a food processor, and make breadcrumbs. If you don't have a food processor, use a blender. A cup and a half of breadcrumbs. A cup and a half of grated Romano cheese. If you don't have Romano and you have Parmesan, use the Parmesan. A cup and a half. 4 large eggs. Not jumbo, large eggs, 4. A 1/4 cup of dried parsley. 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. Now, if you like more black pepper, go ahead and add it, but not too much more. And, a 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. 1/4 teaspoon. I don't add more. If your taste buds wants more salt, put it in, but I only put a 1/4. So, a pound of ground chuck, a cup and a half each of freshly grated breadcrumbs and Romano cheese, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 4 large eggs. And then you mix that. Then, if it is thick, hard, add a 1/4 cup, only 1/4 cup of water, and that'll loosen it up. Then, I make the meatballs with my melon scooper. Now, for some, that is too large a meatball. My mother would be having a fit. She'd say, cut that in half. You can do half of it if you like, but I like a nice sized meatball. Now, you do not fry these. Some do, if you prefer, but we did not. Also, this recipe for meatballs are wonderful to either fry or bake and put in sauce for sauce and meatballs. Now I have a pot of water on, and it is gently boiling. Gently. You don't want a rapid boil, because if you do, it's going to break apart your meatballs, because when you roll them, you want to roll them lightly. Don't be squishing and patting them. Just roll them lightly. I roll them out onto wax paper because it's easier to put them in. You don't scald yourself. Take the wax paper meatballs and make a cone-like. Bring them over, and it's okay to put that wax paper into the water, and you'll pull it right out. Okay? Then take a spoon and just gently make sure the meatballs aren't stuck together. Okay? You have to have a gentle boil. Okay? Okay. I happen to have a spoon. This spoon is wonderful. I got it from a very good friend, Mary Lou Sinesi, and her husband Terry, for my birthday, and it's called Joseph. Just perfect for me. Anyway, now you're going to cook these till you just know that they've been cooked. Now you're cooking them totally through. So make sure, you'll have to test one and make sure that it's not mushy. Make sure that it is cooked inside. I'd say a good 7 to 10 minutes and they'll be cooked. Now we're not going to stay on that long. I have another part of this, which is a homemade pasta that's going in it. And then another part where we add the escarole, which I already told you about. Get it and chop it and boil it. And then you can freeze it or, make it fresh. But then in the end, after we add the pasta and the escarole, we're going to beat Romano cheese and eggs and then whip that into the soup itself. Oh, it's wonderful. So, I'm going to drain these in my strainer and I'm going to let them cool completely, and then I'm going to put them right into the soup, which is in the refrigerator. So tomorrow I'll be back and I will be making the homemade pasta. Until then, say a prayer for my mom and dad. Please say a prayer for me that a diocese will say yes to me. And stay safe. I love all of you. God bless you.